Hi, welcome back to BBB. Today I'm going to give you a little tour of my own studio, Joe Public Studios, which is in the loft of my house. It's pretty small, but it does the job. So my studio, as you can see, is quite modest in terms of equipment. I'm running a 2008 Mac Pro. Yeah, it's pretty old, but I'm a slow adopter. I'm running these Dynaudio BM12 monitors, which frankly are a little bit big for the room. I should have gone for the next ones down. I've also got this Avontone Mixcube, which is one speaker, so it's obviously mono, and true mono, because there is literally only one place for the music to come from. This is really handy for checking your mixes, checking mono compatibility, and just giving you another perspective on the way your mix sounds. This is all running through a Samson C-Control, which is a very cheap monitor controller, which allows me to swap between the speakers. It allows me to mute when I need things to be off to take a phone call or whatever. I've got volume controls. I've got a Q-Mix, so I can actually press this button here and talk to whoever is connected via headphones. So if I'm recording a vocalist here or I'm recording a drummer downstairs, I can actually talk to them through the headphones, which is great. My converters and my audio interface is my trusty Fireface 400 from RME. It's got two mic pre's on the front and I'm really happy with the quality of it. When I need a few more inputs, I can either use my little Behringer mixing desk, which you'll see in the drum video later, or my new Focusrite Octapre, which arrived shortly after the drum session, so unfortunately I didn't get to use it. I've also got this rather nice Presonus ADL 700, which is a channel strip, so a preamp, a compressor and an EQ. I also have a bass pod, which I use quite a lot for the bass. However, for the guitar, I'm quite happy to use either a real amp, and for that I have my trusty fake Vox, which is great, and if you spend a bit of time miking it up carefully you can get a brilliant sound, or plugging straight into the computer and using the software within Logic, which I have to say over the last few years has got really, really good. So that's my studio. I'm sure you've got something similar at home. I've been quite organised to make sure that mine looks and feels professional, and a lot of thought's gone into making sure that when I'm running a session, everything works, all the leads are good, and all the way everything wired up makes for a very efficient session. Let me show you where I record vocals. Okay, so this is where I do vocals. As you can see, I've got my trusty Audio-Technica microphone. I've got a pop shield and I've got an SE reflection filter to cut out reflections from the back wall. More importantly, my duvets on clothes stands make a great deal of difference to how the vocal sounds. I can move them around to form a temporary booth for whatever I'm recording. But for vocals, I leave one on each side, using the singer themselves to work as a shield against the back of the room. I've got my headphones hung up here, and I'm sat about 4 feet over there. So actually in the same room as the singer, which I'm sure is similar to how you do it at home at the moment. Over here I've got my collection of guitars. I've got some acoustics, some electrics, and a bass or two. I've even got a banjo. As far as keyboards go, I don't really have any. I've got a rather nice Akai controller keyboard to trigger the soft synths within Logic. And I've got a rather nice Technic stage piano that I get out if I get someone in the studio who can actually play the piano better than I can. And of course at the back of the studio, I've got a nice comfortable sofa, which is where my clients generally sit and occasionally fall asleep when I'm doing vocals. Comfy cushions, another duvet, and of course the obligatory collection of Sound on Sound magazines. So that's Joe Public Studios where I work. I'm sure you've got something similar at home.